Okay, so I finally catch up to the news about this guy running around with a katana, murdering people. Just for starters, I'm really, really sorry for the families of the victims of this Christian nutcase. My worry now is, though, that but this guy didn't use one of those tack knives. He used a katana. I've seen the pictures. I've seen some of the footage now. He's using a katana. I don't know if it's a really crap made katana or a proper katana. The Hagne style katana, which I doubt, but still, the shape of the blade is correct. The disc pommel is correct. It looks like a katana, so it's not a tack knife. It's not a machete. It's a proper sword. My problem is an owner of a sword. This is called a lunga sax. And yeah, it's sharp, but I train with this. Yeah, I have it for for at least in part historical purposes. It's an example of a historical blade, and one that is from English culture. Yeah. Now, the reason why I think a problem is going to happen is because there are going to be a lot of people like me who own blades, who own swords, and you have an axe, and spears and such historical weapons, and this is going to be clamped down on. And unfortunately, Labour have tried to tap it. Have like I had Emily Thornberry talking about blades and stuff before. I'm not a big fan. I can own that without a license. I don't need a license for that. Why? Because I'm not stupid. I don't own it because I want to go around threatening people with it. I'm someone who's got a great mind for history, and the sword and shield is part of that. You know, something's gonna have to something's gonna happen. Something's gonna be done, and it's gonna make people like my lives that much harder because psychopaths were able to get a katana. It like there's some futility to it because there's a part of me that knows that further limitations are going to come for owning weapons because of this. Because again, that was a katana. I'm not a fan of katanas. I'm not really a fan of Asian swords. That's not a racist thing. It's not the style of sword I prefer. But like a katana can be seen as a historical sword, which will affect me because of that. And again, I don't want to make it so boo-hoo, I'm the one victim here. Like, no, the families of the victims who died from that prick are the real victims. But going forward, this is gonna make my life and people like my life, people like me's lives harder. Matt Easton of Schola Gladiatoria has done videos about this before himself, and I don't know. Like I said, there's a part of me that agrees that these restrictions are necessary, but at the same time, like, does this mean that I'm gonna have to now go and get like some kind of, I have to have some kind of legal requirement so I can have that? This is, and you think about the motives for this psycho prick as well. This country is Christian. Fuck off. This is a problem I have with monotheistic religions, because they always believing they have to be the right one, and there's always gonna breed that kind of mentality out of people, or that superior mentality out of people. I'm not saying that pagans can't be sick either, because we can. But the superior the superior mindset of my God is the only God. This is a Christian land. Mate, come on. What a depressive day. What a depressive time this is. It's supposed to be a society that believes in liberty for the individual, supposedly. And yet, the conditions that people are forced to live in mean that essentially that person's liberty, like any given any given individual's liberty, has an even higher chance of being taken away. It's ridiculous. And this is a society that's been fostered now. This. I'm not saying this is a first. Obviously, it's not. My point here is that this has been happening more and more. It's worrying. And again, blessed be to those who died and to those families of those who died. Out senseless slaughter. Needless deaths. All on some psychopath who thought that killing Muslims was a good idea. Thank you, right wing. Cheers. Oh, and thank you, far leftists, for giving the right the leeway to take power. And the centrists as well, to be fair. Oh, I know this is a bit more incoherent than my usual videos. I'm just the actions of one individual can have massive effects for many others. I don't know what is going to happen in the next few months. I mean, I do feel a little bit depressed, actually. You know, there's also fuck's sake. There's also the fact that Starmer, in his fucking interview yesterday, day before, baited by Richard Madeley, has come across as anti-trans. Like, I get this isn't easy, but this is the kind of unforced error we don't need. We don't need to be casting off allies. And I will maintain the fact that I am a Labour Party member, not a Starmer Party member, okay? There are many within the Labour Party who are trans allies. Just so that's absolutely fucking clear. Rosie Duffield is not representative of the rest of us. She can fucking die in a hole as far as I'm concerned. That's not a threat. She can bugger off. I couldn't give a fuck about her as far as I'm concerned. Screw her. But yeah, so, bit of a depressive one, but, you know, we can't be all cheerful. Which is a shame because it's polling day tomorrow for the locals and mayor and PPC elections. So, Police and Crime Commissioner, or PCC, whatever, you know, Police and Crime Commissioner elections. So, get out and vote. If you don't know who to vote for, remember to look at stoptories.vote to help in your area. Most of the time it should help, as long as the battle's not too close. If it's close, then make your own choice. So yeah, this has been Shadow Eater, one angry pagan. I do hope you guys have a good day, and again, many sympathies to those who died and to the families of those who died. God word to you, people. Good fate. And my shield at your backs.